I'll try to throw this one out very fast and in one heck of a hurry because I'm losing daylight. But what I want to talk to you a little bit about is wild edibles, and the reason that dietary fat is the best way to go when it comes to trying to incorporate them into your diet. Whether you're lost out in the woods and it's a survival type situation where you're trying to forage and provide for yourself in that manner, or if you're like me and you just want to incorporate wild edibles into your diet. Everything from this goosefoot, or land squirters. This is amaranth. This, of course, is dandelion, lion's tooth, whatever. And this, which grows all over the place around our pond, this is Asiatic dayflower. Didn't even know this existed. Found out that it grows all over our yard. I've been cutting it down. I've been knocking it down with a weed eater and trying to kill it off. It's a wild edible. Did not know that. So I learned something new. But the problem with all these wild edibles is that although they're great for you to eat and they can do well to help you supplement your diet and everything in a pinch, what I hadn't been thinking about really is the fact that most of the vitamins in here that you really need are not bioavailable to you because they are fat soluble. So if you don't have enough dietary fat or enough fat on your frame, you don't get the benefit of those vitamins. Vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin D, vitamin K, all fat soluble. Now, your body does have the ability to use fat off of your frame to help make those vitamins where you can absorb them. However, your body is very inefficient at doing it that way. This is why dietary fat is such a huge thing for incorporating wild greens into your diet. If you want to be able to access those vitamins, you need dietary fat. It needs to come from an outside source, which means it needs to go down your throat. You need to eat it, swallow it in combination with your greens so that you get your vitamins. As an example, if your body has to use its own body fat to pull the vitamins out of this stuff, you're only going to get about 20%, maybe 25 or upwards of possibly 30% at the very most. That's not going to do you a whole lot of good. It's better than nothing, sure, but it's not going to do you a whole lot of good. Now, I'll carry some coconut oil with me, just like this. Cook up my wild greens. Some greens you have to really boil several times and change the water out to reduce tannins or oxalic acid, something like that. Any kind of compounds that are going to be negative for your health. So you got to boil the crap out of it first. But even if you do that, you drain your water off. At best, there's going to be, 40 calories? My solar light kicked on. You're going to have 40 calories at most. And you're not going to absorb but 20% of the vitamins here, right around that. So it's almost more beneficial to just go hungry than to burn the calories to go out and try to hunt and gather and find all this stuff to forage for this stuff. Because you can burn 600 or 800 calories walking through the woods or meadows or whatever, trying to find things that you can forage that you can actually take back to camp with you. And by the time it's all said and done, and Les talks about this a lot. Les Stroud talks about this quite a bit in Survivor Men. Calories in versus calories out. Is it worth it calorically to do what you're doing? Walking, gathering wild edibles, harvesting them, taking them back to camp, processing them, getting your fire going, and getting your water boiled and all that. By the time it's all said and done, you burn 800 calories, and you're going to eat this, and you're going to get 40 back. So 40 calories back and almost none of the vitamins. This is where external fat comes in. Because if you have a survival kit, or you're just backpacking, whatever, traveling, maybe you're through hiker, if you can carry some kind of a good quality fat, I like coconut oil. My wife and I, we use a lot of olive oil. That's good. You can use beef fat or beef tallow, fry up hamburger meat and use the grease off your hamburger meat. Lard, butter, ghee, almost anything like that. Bacon grease, excellent, absolutely perfect for greens. But when you incorporate, say in a good sized serving of wild greens, if I get those boiled up, of course they're gonna shrink. And you can take a 2-quart bowl of wild greens, and once they're boiled and processed down, you've got 2/3 of a cup of wild greens. So it's essentially, you know, better than half a can of spinach or so. But if you can't absorb the vitamins out of that, and there's almost no calories in it, is it really beneficial for you to even bother? Yes, if you've got some external fat sources like this, or butter, or ghee, or lard, or bacon grease, or, you know, olive oil, as long as it's 100% olive oil. And the reason why I say these certain oils, because you don't want to necessarily take vegetable oils, canola oil, cottonseed oil, rapeseed oil, peanut oil, things like that, because they're high in omega-6. You need more omega-3. We have way too much omega-6 anyway, and those oils tend to go bad. They go rancid, whereas the oils that I'm recommending to you do not. This is coconut oil. I can throw this in my pack and pull it out next year and still use it. If this was canola oil or vegetable oil, by next year, I'd take the lid off of it and just, whoo. Obviously, you know, if you've got a deep fryer, and a lot of you do, and it's got the same vegetable oil in it now that it had in it last year, and you pull that thing out and take the lid off of it, open it up, you smell that? That oil is bad, it's rancid. The oils I'm telling you about don't do that. That's why. And they're healthier oils, omega-3, not omega-6. But what this also means is that I can take this servings of greens that is 40 calories and only 20% of the vitamins, add a tablespoon of any of the fats that I've recommended, and all of a sudden I had a meal with almost no vitamins that I was going to get and only 40 calories, and I've transformed that into something that is going to now allow me to absorb and utilize 90% of the vitamins and 10 times the calories. I go from 40 calories up to 400, even a little higher depending on the oil I've chosen. They're all slightly different when it comes to how many calories per teaspoon, but they all pretty much average between 110, 115, or 120 calories per teaspoon. So a good sized tablespoon of this in my greens, stir them up, make me a little stir fry. I get 90% of the vitamin A, the vitamin E, the vitamin K, the vitamin D, and I also just 10 times my calories. So that is a huge win. All right, don't forget, guys, if you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Consider it at least. You know, you can always change your mind later. You can come back and unsub. You're not going to hurt my feelings any. Questions, comments, hit me up down below. And I thank you guys for watching. I'm losing daylight, even though my solar light actually did kick on. I was wondering if those were still working, because I don't think they kicked on last night. Anyway, I digress. I will see you guys on the next one. I appreciate you very much, and thanks for watching.